All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And I've been going through a series of video presentations I'm making for the Rankin Technical College Application and Website Development, or AWD program, and in particular the AWD 1111.NET Framework with Web Databases class. The book that will be used for this class for the fall 2019 semester is Pro ASP.NET MVC 5 by Adam Freeman. I'm in the middle right now, and actually towards the end of Chapter 4. Okay, so I'm in Essential Language Features, where the author is introducing some language features that some of which we've talked about before, some of which we have not. So we're up to performing link or language integrated queries. Says all of the features I have described so far are put to good use in LINQ. LINQ, the author says, is a wonderful and compelling addition to .NET. All right. It's an SQL-like syntax for querying data in classes. So what does that mean? That means what you're able to do with LINQ, which is a Microsoft product, is you are able to go in and write SQL-like queries and query information that's not necessarily in a database. All right. The author says, imagine I have a collection of product objects and I want to find the 3 highest prices and pass them to the view method. Without LINQ, I would end up writing something similar to the listing in 427, which shows the find highest product action method, which is right here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. In fact, now that I look at this is LINQ. Notice it's from, you start it with from the name of the table or the name of whatever it is in, so from match, which is the field in whatever it is you're querying, order by that dot price ascending. Then you've got select. So it sort of stands SQL up on its head. So the author had said here, without LINQ, I would end up writing something similar to 427, which shows the find products method I added to the home controller, which was this. All right. With LINQ, we can significantly simplify the querying process as demonstrated here. So we need to add using system.link. All right, the first thing to do is to come back here, bring up our controller, see if we have it. And we do. But notice it's grayed out right now, meaning we're not using it at the current time. All right, now in our find products, right after we create those products, all right, we're going to grab this information here and return that in here. So in other words, right after we create the find products, where we currently have find products in here, there's create product, there's create collection, there's use extension. Do we have a find products? Maybe not. It looks like we don't. That's fine. So what the author has shown you right here is a new method, but the crux of it, or the important part, so to speak, is right there. All right, so first of all, let's look at the 3 highest products. That would be the kayak, the life jacket, and the corner flag. The soccer ball would not be returned as part of this. So let's get down to the bottom here. All right. Again, that's our LINQ statement right there. I'm a big advocate of white space, as you can see in here. So this is find products. So file save all, and then let's run this. When it comes up, we will come in here and put in /home/find products, hit enter, let it do its thing, and those are the three. The one that's missing again is the soccer ball. We could have done more. The only thing we asked for in here were the 3 highest products. We could have also selected their product name or their category or whatever if we wanted to add more onto this. It says this is a lot neater. You can see the SQL-like query shown in bold, and it's pretty much the same explanation I just gave you. This style of link is known as query syntax. It's the kind most developers find most comfortable when they start using link. The wrinkle in this query is that it returns one anonymously typed object for every product in the array. So I need to play around with the results to get the first 3 and print them out. However, it says if you're willing to forego the simplicity of the query syntax, you can get a lot more power from link. The alternative is to use what's referred to as the dot syntax. All right, and that's what's shown in the next thing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this, copy it to the clipboard, go back to our code, go here to where we have this, comment this out, hit enter a couple times, and replace it with this. Now, they may or may not mention in here, but basically we are doing chaining in here. All right, we're telling it to order it in descending order, and then we're telling it to take the top 3, give us the name, and give us the price. So it should be quite similar to what we just did. Not sure if the results will look exactly the same or not, but file, excuse me, save all, run this. Come back in here, put in our home/find products. And you see that it is the same. The word price followed by the 3 highest prices. Okay? All right. So, as they say here, the link query that's shown in bold, and I'm taking my mouse and running over it, and as it says there, it is not as nice to look at as the one expressed with query syntax, but not all link features have corresponding C# keywords. For serious link queries, I need to switch to using extension methods. Each of the link extension methods in the listing is applied to an IEnumerable. Bottom line is this. It's another way, more power that you can add. And the way that you're adding the power, for lack of better words, as I already mentioned, is, in my humble opinion at least, what you're doing right here is you are coming in and you are using SQL-like query syntax so that you're able to query things that aren't a database. Okay? All of the link extension methods are in the system.link namespace, which you must add. The order by descending rearranges the items in the data source. All right, the take returns the number of items. That's why we did a take 3. The select allows me to project my results. So notice I do not need, or I have not needed to specify the names of the properties. C# inferred them when you did the select method. Table 4.2 here, which makes up virtually all of page 92. It describes the most useful link extension methods. Notice, as the author says, I will use link liberally throughout the rest of the book. You may find it useful to return to this table. So you may want to print this page out, or I'll tell you what I'll do. And that is, I'll see if I can print the page out. All right, try to remember to print it out by the beginning of the semester. All right? All right. Understanding deferred link queries. Should have enough time to go through this, at least I hope I do. 11 minutes, it'll be tight, but I will. And then we will finish up with the async stuff in its own lecture in just a few minutes. It says you will notice that Table 2 includes a deferred column. That stuff in here, that's deferred. What does deferred mean? Well, when you're deferring something, in essence, what you're saying is, I want to be able to do something with it at a later time. It says this is an interesting variation in the way that the extension methods are executed in a link query. A query that contains only deferred methods is not executed until the items in the result are enumerated. So we made a change here, and that should actually make some sense. We wouldn't want to go and make a change in here, or in this case, we don't want to until we've already run the query. So it says between defining the query and enumerating the results, we change something. So this is cool, because what did this give us? When we did this, it gave us the 275, the 4895, and the 3495. Then we changed 012. We changed this one from soccer ball to stadium. All right? And notice it gave us that in there as the price. It says you see that the query is not evaluated until the results are enumerated. So the change that was made is reflected in the output. So let's see if we can get that to work. All right, so it's right before the string builder statement. I don't think it matters to make it before or after the int count. No, I don't even know if we need that count anymore, but that's fine. We'll leave it in there. Put it right here. So again, this line right here is changing this value right here from soccer ball, that is 1950, to a soccer stadium, which is 79,600. Again, let's save. Let's run. We'll come in here and again put in home / find products. And what we should notice, there we go. Okay. It has changed our highest price. Kind of neat, really. And that's deferring. One interesting feature that arises from deferred link extension methods is that queries are evaluated from scratch every time the results are enumerated, meaning you can perform the query repeatedly as the source data changes. So, in other words, if I was constantly adding inventory into my program in here, all right, and if I kept running the query, it would be potentially giving me different results as I ran it. All right. By contrast, using any of the non-deferred methods causes it to be performed immediately. All right. So here they added something. they're saying the product results, what they're equal to. All right? And that's, since it's not deferred, it's adding all of these up and giving you 378.40, but after you make the change is not reflected in there. All right? So I don't even know if we've got that line in there, but let's look. In fact, let's just leave it out. I think at least, what we just went over makes sense. All right. So we're up toward the end of the chapter here, the last few pages, and we're going to talk about using async methods, which is about 3 or 4 pages long. Rather than having this run over, because I'm already at 16 minutes, I'm going to stop right here, and we'll do one last lesson, which will finish up Chapter 4.